What's going on, y'all? It's JD Pickell with On 3. Today on the Hard Count, I'm going to talk about my expectations for Texas in 2022. Welcome into the Hard Count, the people show for every single thing that you know and that you love about college football. It happens here on a daily basis. Nick Brake does the heavy lifting. You can help drive the show by subscribing to the channel. Texas is one of the most intriguing programs in all of the country heading into 2022. A lot of that is in part due to the transfer portal. A lot of new pieces, a lot of new faces at important positions. Wink, wink, hint, hint, Quinn Ewers at quarterback in the second year of the Steve Sarkisian era. Now, another reason for intrigue is because last year, Texas went 5-7. For some programs, that's building. For some programs, that's almost a bowl game. It's almost okay. It's not good anywhere in the country, but in Austin, Texas, it's the wrong number. I'm just going to say that. That's the wrong number, to quote Super Hot Fire. You can't go 5-7 in Austin. You definitely can't go 5-7 twice, and they're not going to be kind to Steve Sarkisian if that happens in some way, shape, or form. So I'm here to break it down. What are the expectations, the bare minimum expectations, if you will, for Texas heading into 2022? This is not so much a wins and loss expectation as much as a, hey, you can bank on seeing these things on the field when toe meets leather. First and foremost, you can expect some sort of improvement. And I know you're probably saying, well, if we didn't see improvement, we would have problems anyway, JD. I understand. I'm with you. Hey, I'm right there with you. If they don't improve, they got really big problems. But a couple of reasons for optimism is the sheer fact that they have more talent on this team. More talent at quarterback on paper. They have Bijan Robinson coming back. They went into the portal and cherry-picked a few guys that are going to be ballers for them, especially on the outside. The defense should be another year better. There's a lot of reasons just by experience and talent alone why there's reason for improvement, why there's reason for expectations for improvement, rather. In addition to that, the conference in itself, the Big 12, is in kind of a weird spot. You have a lot of transitions across the board. At Oklahoma, you got a new quarterback, you got a new head coach, you got a new OC. At Iowa State, you're reloading just about everybody on your roster in terms of starters. At Baylor, you lost a ton of production. You see where I'm going with this? There's a lot of question marks. Even if they feel good about those question marks in-house or from the outside looking in, they're still yet to be proven. It's not to say it's different at Texas. You got a quarterback who's never taken a snap as a starter, but you still feel good about that. And with so much uncertainty across the conference, that means that there's opportunity for somebody to step up and be the new big dog. For Texas, even if they're not the new big dog, they should be better than 5 wins based on the fact that they have a chance to take a step up in the rung based on what everything else is going on in the Big 12 Conference. Second thing you can expect, and this is a crucial one. We've talked about it before. We're going to talk about it some more in the future. You can expect stability at quarterback because you need it. It is a prerequisite to success. Quinn Ewers needs to be the guy for you. He needs to be the guy game 1. He needs to be the guy game 12. He needs to be the guy beyond. Because if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. You have no quarterbacks, okay? That's the way that works. That's the math there. And so for Quinn Ewers, he didn't come to Austin to sit. You know it, I know it, he knows it. He's not there to hold a clipboard, okay? Quinn Ewers came here to be the guy. Now, he needs to be the guy. He needs to feel like he's the guy because when you're the starting quarterback and you're a play away, given like a bad decision or an interception, whatever it is, you don't feel like the starting quarterback, okay? That's not really committing to somebody. That's, hey, we're with you, we'll ride with you until you make a bad decision. Now, if there is a continued track record or a continued exemplification, if that's a word, they continue to have poor play on the field, well, then you can maybe talk about it. And maybe you do some more to coddle him and help him. But, I mean, I would have to see that over the course of like 10 games. 10 games is a lot. Bottom line, you got to stick with Quinn Ewers through the ups and the downs. If he doesn't play great right off the bat, stick with him. Allow him to go through these growing pains. Allow him to mature as a quarterback, because that's why you brought him to Austin. That's why he's there. And when you feel the freedom as a starting quarterback to know, hey, I can make a mistake, I can make 2 mistakes, and they're still going to stick with me, you just play more free, you play more outside of yourself, you play more within the system. Like, you just know that you have the support of your team behind you, and that does wonders for your confidence. And confidence is a prerequisite to quarterback success. Okay, you with me so far? We're all on board here. Quinn Ewers, you got to trust him. You got to hand him the keys and let him work. Finally, you know you're going to score points, because last year you scored 35 a game. Steve Sarkisian can draw up touchdowns, y'all. Like, that's just it. When you give him a whiteboard, dude's a wizard. He knows how to draw up touchdowns. Last year, they did it with Casey Thompson. Xavier Worthy obviously played a huge part. He'll do that again this coming season with Bijan Robinson. All that's to say, they scored 35 a year ago. I think they have more talent on this roster. Like I already told you, they have more talent on this offense that they got via the portal. Ajay Hall, Jaleel Billingsley, Isaiah Nayor. Roschon Johnson's going to take the next step. Bijan Robinson should be able to have another phenomenal year. Quinn Ewers, on paper, is the guy, should be the guy, has tons of talent. They've got the firepower to do some really good things, especially in this conference. So defense is another question in itself. Can they hold up their end of the deal? Can they kick it up a notch? Can they stop the opposing offense? Ultimately, I guess, is the main question. But the offense won't be the issue for Texas. They're not going to lose games because of the offense. Now, how many shootouts do they get into? Whole other question. But you know for a fact you're going to be able to score points in Austin. And that's a very good thing. To sum this whole thing up, it feels like for Texas, all of these expectations are great, but even more so, in year 2 under Sark, they're learning how to do things the best way. It's kind of like when you learn a new golf swing. You go to the coach and he sort of shows you the best way to do it, and you try it a couple times and you're doing the right swing, but it feels weird, man. You're not hitting the ball necessarily. You're kind of getting the motion down. You're getting your grip down. You're getting your stance down. There's a bunch of things go into it, and it just doesn't feel right to start. But they tell you, hey, keep doing it. You're going to get effective eventually. You're going to start hitting the ball, and life's going to be good when it all lines up. That's where Texas is at right now. They're learning a new swing, new quarterback, new weapons on the outside. A lot of this is new right now for Texas. Even if you were there last year, it's still year 2 for you. Sark is new by most accounts. He's still probably getting settled in Austin. A lot of newness at Texas. But if they stick to the script, if they stick to the plan and buy-in, which has been a question mark for a long time in Austin, how much buy-in do you have in-house to that swing? If they commit to it, they're going to be able to eventually be effective. Are you willing to go through the growing pains to get yourself there? That's the big question mark I have. But in terms of expectations, you know, for everything it's worth, you're going to win more than 5 games. Don't think that's a novel concept. Don't think that's a surprise to anybody in Austin that we're saying that right now. Second, you're going to have a quarterback for the duration of the season. It's not going to be Casey Thompson, Hudson Card. It's going to be Quinn Ewers. Okay, obviously Casey Thompson's transferred. Hudson Card should be the guy that backs up Quinn Ewers. You got to stick with Ewers through the ups and downs. Unless the house is on fire, you stick with Quinn Ewers. And then finally, you're going to score points. So much talent, so much ability on this team, and Steve Sarkisian's a mastermind. They're going to score points. Defense. Let's hold up our end of the deal right now, okay? That's it for us here on The Hard Count. We appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at JD Piquel to stay with every single thing we're doing here. We want you a part of it. We're going to keep the party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.